Performance appraisal continued. Supervisor appraisal. Performance appraisal done by an employee's manager and often reviewed by manager at one higher level. Self-appraisal. Performance appraisal is done by the employee being evaluated, generally on an appraisal form completed by the employee prior to the performance review. There are various advantages and disadvantages. You can go through it. Subordinate appraisal is performance appraisal of a superior by an employee, which is more appropriate for developmental than for administrative purposes. Peer appraisal. Performance appraisal is done by one's fellow employees, generally on forms that are compiled into a single profile for use in the performance interview conducted by the employee's manager. Team appraisal. Performance appraisal based on TQM concepts that recognizes team accomplishment rather than individual performance. Field review method allows the ratings of several supervisors to be completed for the same employee. A small group of raters is identified for each supervisory unit and each rates an employee. A member of the administrative staff then meets with the raters and identifies areas of agreed. Critical incident technique. Supervisor observe, collect and record specific instances of the employee carrying out responsibilities critical to the job. These observations are used to prepare the evaluation, usually associated to healthcare related to performance appraisal. Management by objectives by Peter Drucker integrates performance and goal setting, frequent intervals, record maintenance, objective review jointly, mutual buy-in. Advantages of management by business management by objectives. Advantages of management by objectives: employees can measure the performance, quantifiable goals, joint effort, employee satisfaction and participation. Disadvantages of management by objectives: success not validates by research studies, easy to set unrealistic goals, hard to get full commitment to process, difficult to define some goals. Appraisal interviews. Schedule the interview 10 to 14 days in advance. Provide subordinates with a guide to follow in planning for interview. Consider which of the following approaches to use: tell and sell method, tell and listen method, problem solving method, generally preferable. Tell and sell interviews. Supervisor persuades employee to change in a prescribed way. Employee sees how changed behavior will be of great benefit. The problem solving interview. Discuss strengths and weaknesses since last year review. Explore feelings of subordinate. Listening, accepting and responding are essential. Stimulate growth, performance, job. Discuss problems, needs, innovations, satisfactions or dissatisfactions since last review. Listen and general errors in personal performance appraisal. Popularly contest, punitive implications, control relinquishment, stereotypes, poor training, raters. Rating errors issues: error of central tendency, leniency or strictness error. Recency error, performance rating error in which the appraisal is based largely on the employee's most recent behavior rather than on behavior throughout the appraisal period. Similar to me error, performance rating error in which an appraiser inflates the evaluation of an employee because of mutual personal connection. Obstacles of effective performance appraisal: lack of support from the management, evaluates biases and rating errors, lack of clear objective standards, failure to communicate purposes, resistance on the part of evaluators. Overcoming these obstacles, appraisal should be based on standards. Employee must know the standards in advance. Employee must know the sources of data gathered for appraisal. Employee should have input into development of standards. Appraiser should be someone who has observed employees' work.